where it used to basically be, if you wanted to run ads, you had to come up with your own creative, and you had to come up with who you wanted to reach. You had to have a sense of who your customers were and do a lot of your own measurement. And over time, we've just automated more and more of this stuff. So the basic end goal here is any business can come to us, say what their objective is. I want to get new customers to do this thing. I want to sell these things. Tell us how much they're willing to pay to achieve those results, connect their bank account, and then we just deliver as many results as we can. And in a way, it's like the ultimate business results machine. It's probably, I think, going to be one of the most important and valuable AI systems and business systems that gets built. Now, obviously, there's a whole ecosystem around this stuff. No one company is going to do everything in advertising. There are all these companies that specialize in doing creative work, and they'll keep on doing that. But it will be possible in the future that if you're running a small business, or maybe even a larger one, you won't even need to have to start off with a creative. Maybe you can, maybe you'll get better results, but you could just come with a goal and how much that's worth to you, and we'll just deliver results across our platform. So I think that's cool, and I think is going to pretty dramatically change what advertising is. Historically, advertising has been about 1% of global GDP. But that includes all the stuff that's really inefficient. Like you buy a billboard, and like 3/4 of the people who see the billboard are not target customers. So when you actually can change it so it turns into this AI business results machine, I think that just like the overall internet economy is going to grow, I would guess that what we currently think of advertising will grow as a field and will be a larger portion of global GDP.
He's basically saying that Meta's AI will handle everything from ad creative to checkout. Essentially, just give us your bank details. And so I'm wondering, for the average business out there, let's say they see this post here from Mark Zuckerberg and they're like, thank God, I can't afford to buy a marketing agency. I can't afford to pay a CMO. I can't afford the tens of thousands of dollars. I just need people to show up to my auto shop. I need people to book my cleaning service. I need people to walk in the door at my law firm. Do you really think that there's just going to be a click and business shows up kind of future here with AI backing the Meta platform?
Zuckerberg is poised in the best position to be the person to be able to make that happen. I mean, I've been doing Facebook ads for 14, 15 years now, and I've watched the landscape change. It is still the most powerful advertising platform. But there's a lot of assumptions here, right? This assumes that Zuckerberg still owns a large portion of like the social media landscape to market to. It assumes that we even still interact with social media in this like post AI content world in the way that we do now. And so users will have to be viewing ads there as well. It assumes that that Meta continues to have like user growth year over year, month over month. So far they have. I just did some research like before this call, checking to see, because I know that Meta wasn't doing so hot a couple of years ago, but Instagram's still blowing up. The capture is about the 18 to 24-year-old demographic. It's the number 3 social media platform. Facebook isn't really growing as much, but it still has predominantly 25 to like 45, the older demographics and boomers in there, millennials. And then they have WhatsApp. So as long as users still keep interfacing with these platforms, he's still going to have a dominance on advertising. And advertising is going to be even more important in a post-AI content world, because you're going to have to get noticed through all of the AI slop or all the crappy content somehow. And so the value of $1 on advertising, in my opinion, is going to go way up. So I think he sees the picture here, and I think he's right on the money. So much so that he wants you to connect his bank account. That statement's like super telling what's going on in his brain, right? But yes, it's scary though that it's going to be Meta that's going to do it, because we know all of Meta's issues. We know Meta likes to harvest our data. We don't know what they're going to do with it. And if you're just going to give them the keys to all the secrets of your company, which you and I know, Andrew, like in order to do good marketing, you kind of got to know the ins and outs of the company. You can't just come there and say, hey, make me great marketing, Facebook or Meta, without knowing anything about my business. You're going to have to give up your business secrets to be able to get customers. And that's what Meta and Zuckerberg really want here. They want your business secrets. They want how your business is run. They want to harvest that data. And that's definitely part of the equation.
Okay. So let's assume this future is true. there's a $1 trillion plus per year marketing industry out there where human beings like you and I go discover companies. We go understand everything about their business. We create a unique message. We create branding. We make creative. And then we create a compelling message and argument as to why people should click, the whole funnel, the whole nine. So in order for Meta's platform with AI on the back end doing that, essentially AI would be replacing human beings like us that would be going through the discovery process on these businesses and then would be going through the creative process with these businesses. And then it would be able to deliver compelling advertisements that convert. So in order to do that, it sounds like what you're saying is that it will need to essentially ingest like the documents in your Google Drive. It will need you to give it transcripts of conversations about your company. You'll need it to feed Meta more data about your company in order for it to do the job. Otherwise, the only data it can pull about your company would be maybe like the content that you posted on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, which will be some content. If you've been a brand around for a long time, maybe it can really understand. But the thing is, the AI won't be able to understand future product launches that you have yet to talk about. So you're going to need to feed it all of that proprietary information ahead of time. So do you think that users are going to have, businesses are going to trust Meta with their future launches, their future campaigns, their future business secrets, not just feeding it ad creative, but feeding it like all the back end information on all of that so it can act as like a trusted marketer?
No, to answer your question, I don't think most businesses are going to be willing to go that far. I do think Zuckerberg will have a market for really lightweight entry into advertising. And right now, you can already see this if you go into Meta Business Manager and you're running ads in there. And you can see the optimal way to set things up now is to pretty much let the algorithm do most of the work.
So for all the marketers in our group, we've already got 50 marketers in our group. And then all the folks that are in our audience watching this that are creatives, marketers, working in the industry. Do you think that something like this, whether it's Meta or otherwise, will kill small creative shops?
No. I mean, just look at it this way. The human element for creative that really is still going to be there that AI can't do. And it's pretty clear right now that it's going to take a lot more training and a lot more money to get AI to this point. But human ingenuity, our ability to come up with a novel idea at the right place at the right time, I still think there's this area for humans to bring that to the table. And that's going to be the secret sauce that I think companies are going to be looking for. Is they're not going to want to pay for AI tools, for marketing to be just as good as their competitors. They're going to want to pay for tools, for resources, for an ecosystem that's going to bring them above their competitors. And sometimes that means thinking outside the box, trying something new, taking a risk, but having marketers who are savvy enough to maybe look at the playing field and do that. AI right now it's based on language models, which is trained on everything that we know. So it might be able to give you like a creative result, but it's not going to be able to take all of this context all at once and come up with like a really novel idea for you to apply and be successful.
Marketing is all about you just need to be better at marketing than your competitor. And if you can be better at marketing than your competitor, then you win. And so if you and your competitor are both doing the floor level marketing, you're going to split the business. But if one party in this battle of A versus B puts like a human behind it or some other AI tools behind it that gives them a slight advantage, you'll take the business away and you'll end up winning. So it's all about an edge here. So I have a hard time seeing how a platform like this replaces the need for an edge in marketing, essentially.